This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and the lock I have for you today is the Hugo Model GR 3.5S Euro Profile Cylinder. This lock is very similar to the core in the Hugo Cobra padlock I showed you a couple weeks ago, but this does not have any trap pins. It does, however, have a bunch of security features, including some really interesting security pins. It also has some pretty severe warding for a Dimple lock that'll take some working to get through. So let's see what we can do to pick this guy open. I do have a little tension wrench that fits nicely in that warding, and I'm going to have to use this curved flag to reach through the warding and get to some of the higher set pins. Okay, let's put some tension on this and start searching for binders. 1 is loose, 2 is loose, 3 is loose, 4 is binding. Got a click out of him, another click, he seems set now. 5 is loose and 6 is loose. Pulling back, I appear to have been stuck on 1 now. Got a click out of him, he appears to be set. And on 2, click out of him, he's set. 3's loose, nothing on 4. Couple clicks out of 5, he feels set. Click out of 6, he feels set. Pulling back, I'm binding on 3. Let's lift him up. And that opened the lock. So not too bad. Let's take this lock apart and see what's inside. I have mostly disassembled this lock already, so the video will go a little bit quicker. Only thing we have left to do is take the clip off the back of here. And now a key and a follower should open this up pretty quickly. Okay, let's dump these key pins out. Looks like 1 is a standard steel pin. 2 is another steel pin. 3 is brass. 4 is brass, 5 is brass, and so is 6, all standard pins. Okay, let's see what the driver pins are now. 1 is a steel anti-drill pin. 2 is a shorter steel anti-drill pin, so some attempt at balanced pin stacks here. 3 is a very long serrated pin. 4 is a modified standard, probably for bump resistance. 5 is serrated. These serrated pins look a lot like the GG pins. And 6 is serrated as well. Let me show you what I mean when I say that number 4 is probably for bump resistance. Let me show you the mechanism of that. If we look carefully at this core, you can see that there's countermilling. And then if you look at this pin, you can see the ends are narrowed just a little bit. And the narrow part of that pin drops below the countermilling, and the wide part of the pin sits above it, like so. So what, in combination with a relatively short key pin in that stack, what happens is at the resting position, the driver pin and the key pin don't actually touch each other. So when you try to bump the lock, it throws the timing off and the mechanism of moving those pins just a little bit. With luck, hopefully enough to foil a bump attack. Okay, now let me give you a close-up of the rest of these pins. Okay, on the key pins, all of them are standards. Number 1 and 2 are steel anti-drill pins. Then moving up to the driver pins, 1 and 2 are standard, different lengths. As I'm looking at these pin stacks now, it looks like there was some attempt at balancing them, but clearly they are just a little bit off, so I wonder whether or not it was just an effort to vary the spring tension, perhaps another anti-bump feature. In any case, moving on, we have in slots 3, 5, and 6 serrated pins, and then we have that modified standard in number 4 for bump resistance. Moving over to the core, you can see that we have that counter milling I pointed out to you before. We also have a very deep anti-snap cut right through slot 3 and a whole bunch of anti-drill pins, 3 in front of the pin stack and then 2 toward the back, 1 between slots 4 and 5 and another between slot 5 and 6. So that's all I have for you on this Hugo Model GR 3.5S. If you have any questions or comments about this lock, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.